Hey, welcome back to Wednesday night, and we are in the second week of Thriving in Babylon, looking at Daniel and the book of Daniel and what was going on in Babylon and how he survived. Just last week, we had this understanding. We found out that he was, in spite of all the struggles, he was able to keep his faith and prove that he could do everything that Nebuchadnezzar had wanted. Tonight, we're kind of going to the prequel, to be prepared to be in Babylon. How could Daniel do what he did last week? How was he prepared in that? Well, we're going to skip to the New Testament for a minute in 1 Corinthians 10, verse 12 and 13. If you think you're standing strong, be careful not to fall. The temptations in your life are no different from what others experience. And God is faithful. He will not allow temptation to be more than you can stand. When you are tempted, he will show you a way out so you can endure. This is the verse that we all hear. God never gives us more than we can handle. I will modify that and say, we get more than we can handle. God never gives us more than we, meaning God and us, can handle. You see, if you think about the last time that you had a tragedy in your life, I mean the one that you thought you would never get over, and it may have changed your life. It may have done a lot of things. Daniel was facing that. How was he prepared? See, we don't prepare in our lives for it, or we don't think that we have to prepare in our spiritual life. If you are not studying God's Word, if you are not in a situation where you're looking at the minor events in your life and seeing how God has walked you through them, then you're not going to be prepared for true Babylon. When Babylon hits, and it is hitting, we talked last week, it is hitting. The world around us is telling those of us in the church that we are the problem. And many of us don't have anything to fall back on. Daniel knew his dietary laws. He knew his Jewish faith was more important. He knew the ultimate thing that he knew. The ultimate thing was that God will always be in control, even in the darkest time of your life. Folks, I offer you that here on this Wednesday night. I offer you that because I'm sure some of you don't feel that. We can work with that here. We come together. That's why we, the church, are working on all of those things. How important is it that you prepare? Every athlete prepares for the most minute problem. They train physically. They train mentally. They come down to, if you're a football team, you work on that last 3 seconds to go, 80 yards to go to win the game. You literally come up with a play that you know may not be the answer, but you are prepared. May we realize that as we walk into Babylon, as we live in Babylon in these times, we need to be better prepared as believers. We need to be working in our relationship and realizing that the tests that we receive, the challenges, the bad things in life, when we keep giving them to God, trusting in Jesus, we will thrive in Babylon. See you next week when we talk about hope.